friendly instructor and also your AMGA certified rock guide. I hope you have fun learning how to tie off a belay device, and now that you have learned how to do so, we're going to move forward to the next step. In order to do so, I'll need to create a rope grab over here and a ratchet over here. The rope grab is to hold up the load of my climber, and the ratchet is for me to transfer the load from my belay device over to the anchor for the time being. Now I've created a tie off on my belay device here. I'm going to go ahead and put a rope grab and a ratchet over here. I'm going to do that with my 48-inch cordulate. Okay, I'm going to unwrap this and I'm going to add a friction hitch as the rope grab. This friction hitch will be a clamp height, then tying over here. I'm going to put a couple of wraps on that rope. Depending on the size of my rope, I might choose to put more or put less. I'm going to dress it up, make sure that it's nice and neat. Alright. Then I'm going to go ahead and test it and make sure that it's biting. I'm going to put a HMS carabiner on the master point of my anchor. Alright. And I'm going to create what we call mariner's hitch. I'm going to use the cord. I'm going to wrap it around the basket of my HMS carabiner. 3 wraps over here. Next, I'm going to wrap the remaining cord around itself like that. And this is to create friction so that the cord doesn't slide out. So obviously, the more wraps around the cord itself is going to create more friction and there will be less chance of slippage. I think 5 wraps is more than enough here for me right here. And to end it off, I'm going to split the cord apart and going to pop tail right through like that. Great, now I've created the ratchet. I'm going to go ahead and remove my belay device tie off, making sure I gain control of the brake strand. Alright, I'm going to pay out some slack, and you can see the load transfer from my belay device onto the ratchet over here. Paying attention that the ratchet doesn't slip and make sure it's good. I'm going to pay out a bunch of slack and I'm going to tie off my belay device again. Now do note that we are not suspending the climber on a single friction hitch because that's simply unsafe. So we have a backup over here, which is a belay device tie off. I hope you have fun learning how to create a ratchet. I'm going to give you some tech tips on how we can make this a little bit simpler and a little bit more effective. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use the same material and create my rope grab right here. Now, I'm going to create a ratchet. I'm going to show you another method how to create the ratchet. Right? Instead of using a mariner's hitch, we could simply just put a munter's mule overhand. And this is how we can do it. We can use both strands of this cord, create a munter hitch, clip it into HMS carabiner right here, milk out the slack. Alright. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the mule knot and I'm going to tie an overhand. What I've simply replaced is the mariner's hitch with a Munter Mill overhand with the cord. Making sure that the carabiner is locked. I'm going to pay out some slack to make sure that my ratchet is working. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to release my tie off and see how the ratchet works really well. And from here, because that this is not weighted, my belay device is not going to be weighted, what I'm going to do is I don't really need to tie off the device. What I need to do is just simply put a blocker knot with an overhand here. And this will be your step 2 into transferring your load from belay device onto the anchor.